wise. One line each about love must rhyme. So,
You good.
if love is a drug, it can make you sick, really nauseous, pack your, can I curse? Shit.
I'm not just a bitch you thought you could hit.
Thought I'd be mesmerized by a huge dick.
Give it time and patience, I will overcome.
Thought I was only gonna get me some.
It's a sad song.
If you could be in the music industry in any capacity, what would you do? I would encourage more artists to be independent. I just don't like the way artists switch things up when they become mainstream. So I definitely think that there is a way to make a lot of money being an independent artist if you're smart about it. Like Chance the Rapper, I feel like he's very smart about being an independent artist. So that's what I would do. Kind of be like the Malcolm X.
Has anyone ever written or dedicated a song to you, or have you ever written or dedicated a song to anyone? Elaborate. So yes, I have written or dedicated a song to someone. They don't know that it's for them. Let's see. So most of the songs that I write are about heartbreak because it's easier to write about pain. It's really hard to write a happy song, at least from my opinion it is. And I've dedicated a song to, I guess you can say my first song, don't really know, yes. And it's more about like moving on and being okay with the fact that we have grown apart. And that's what the song is about.
I wrote a song about someone too before that I told her maybe like 2 years later that it was about her. Because we were like seeing each other at the time. I guess like dating, whatever. We're not really dating, we were just like hooking up, whatever. But we had feelings for each other, and then she like started like having stronger feelings for a drug called heroin, and she ended up leaving me for it. And it was a song from a perspective of just like you know, she like, cause she was into a lot of things. She was into like fashion, like music, and it's like, what do you want? What do you want out of, like, how far do you think you're gonna go with drugs? You know, like, you want to see a lot of things, you want to do a lot of things, but like, you know, you clearly have an addiction, and I clearly have an addiction, which is you. So it's like,
Have you guys ever written a song and then like performed it or shared it in some way, and then like instantly after you're like, wow, that was awkward, like, you know, her friends right there. Totally happened, bro. I was like, and now reflecting, I was like, wow, I was caught up. And I wrote this like great song that I really liked, but this one was actually it was a poem, and I was just like, no, I wouldn't do that. Like if I could go back, I'd be like, nah, man, you're good. But it helped like release some of those feelings. I'm like let go of that a little bit.
yeah, that's why recording is kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Because it captures something in a moment where like it makes sense, and then later on it's like, this is so inappropriate.
Or you're like, sorry.
Which decade of music do you identify with most and why? To identify with? I don't know, like of course I think everyone's pretty nostalgic for like 90s music. But I also like the 50s and 60s music because, you know, some of like the doo-wop is more like wholesome, and it's kinda like the simple terms of, you know, that kind of music. That people are still like really soulful, but it's really simple and like easy. And I kind of just like simple love right now. Nothing complicated.
How important is music to love? Extremely important. You know, that connection that you can have to it, and how they line up together, because like love is one of our base emotions, like love and fear, you know. So being able to, and those like go together so often as well. I think music is really productive and healthy way to direct your feelings and try to get them across.
I agree, and like also when you're in love, most of the time before you can even articulate it, you feel it. Very similar to the way that you can feel music, and sometimes you find yourself listening to songs that help you realize that you're in love before you're even aware that you are.
Just to kind of like go back on the vibration thing that Sam was talking about, like I feel like music is love. I feel like you can, I don't know if any of you feel this way, but even like just listening to instrumentals, whatever emotion the person puts in the instrumental when playing the instrument, that is the type of emotion that is like, it comes out of it, and that's what reaches me. So can music affect your mood? All the time. All the time. I create scenarios in my head every single time I'm listening to music. So if I'm listening to like a love song, of course I have an entire love scene in my head. If I'm listening to like Kendrick Lamar's album about politics and stuff, I'm thinking revolution, go fuck up the city, like you know. So music always affects my mood. Always. I could be in the best mood and have $1 million in my pocket, but as soon as I listen to Adele, I feel like someone just died. Like, so music is just, that's what music's for. To make you feel.
I agree, and I think because it captures the moment, like every time I hear Kanye West CD College Dropout, like I just think back to middle school.
Yes.
And I have all of those memories, and it's very nostalgic. And then then I'll hear a new song, like you were saying, like something that's upbeat, and then I'm happy, and it's so therapeutic. So definitely can take it.
I was talking to a couple people about that like 2 nights ago, about how there's a like Hootie and the Blowfish. I hear one Hootie and the Blowfish song and it transports me to one specific street in a car with my father, like outside of Boston in Arlington, Massachusetts, and I remember like that song coming on, and then, I don't know, like it's it can teleport you, and it's so powerful, the connection between music and moments, and especially when like, say if you're with someone, you have you know, an intimate relationship with them, and then you two listen to that song, or that song comes out, like
best love song out right now. Honestly, don't listen to music that is like that kind. Oh no, actually, you know what? Hello by Erykah Badu and Andre Benjamin. It is a beautiful song, and it is a melody of 2 people who are like connected on such a spiritual level that you can only wish to reach. And
when I'm feeling sad, I might listen to, I actually don't listen to songs when I'm sad. I write them. I just feel like sometimes I just need to express myself, and especially when I'm feeling sad and I have all of these emotions built up inside of me, the best thing that I can do is express myself. So usually I'll go lock myself in the bathroom somewhere that echoes, and I'll plug in the laptop, have my cell phone in one hand, and I'll record and I'll write and I'll just sing.
Sad music. Like, if even from pop stars, like only their sad songs I like. I just like anything. It depends on what you're sad about, I guess. Like if it's breakup or heartbreak, or if it's loss or death, or if it's like a job thing. It's just different songs. To just be sad, just to kind of unlock some emotions. You might think like, I'm not sure what I'm feeling, or it's frustrating, but then like the right song, you're like, okay, not to cry, I'm good. Specific songs, but I like sad stuff.
you know that it's funny that it makes me think of what you said about like the complex sounds and like minors. Like I like dissonance a lot. I like weird sounding chords that will like make your spine shiver a little. And so like that's I don't know like necessarily if I'm sad, but if I'm in a mood like that's just kind of funky, like I'll listen to like prog rock or something, like some alternative metal stuff where it's gonna be like off tempo and it's gonna sound different, where it's like put together nicely because there's always, well, not always, but there's generally a vision that these people have. Like if you listen to really good bands, but like I'll listen to Deftones or like Tool or whatever, and that's stuff that I'll just lay on my bed and like let play, and then eventually I'm like out of it. I'm just like, all right, cool, and then I'll put on something else.
Myself, I go back and see recorded pieces that I have or performances and stuff like that, and then that will just motivate me to write more. It's like, listen, you have a lot going for yourself. This should motivate you to get over whatever you're going through and just keep working.
When I hear this song, I feel funny because I was thinking about a song like this. Like, I love songs that are positive and remind me that you could be a like positive, good person to people around you and still like run shit and still be a boss.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like those are my favorite types of songs. Like,
When I hear this song, it reminds me of.
Millennial mind is one right now who's thinking Kanye and Jay.
I was trying to think of like
I was waiting for it to drop. Like, no, this is Otis. Let's take it back. It makes me think of my grandparents, honestly. Like they're not like the we gonna dance in the whatever like dance room or whatever, but but they're very like try a little tenderness, you know, makes it easier to bear. They're very like give and take. Like my grandfather is a Taurus, my grandma's a Leo. I don't know if y'all care about that, but they fight, you know, they're at each other. So yeah, exactly. Very strong-minded people. They don't back down easily, but they try a little tenderness. So you know, when my grandma's flared up, sometimes my grandfather's just got to move back. When he's feeling some kind of way, my grandmother will just move back. So yeah, it's a warm feeling. It makes me think of like happy times. I aspire to have that.
And just looking at like old people of color being happy and resilient, and then it just like brings about like all of these emotions, and then I start thinking about like political change and all this stuff just stemming from that one song. Like it's a very strong but yet very loving song. Last girl, please.
Here we go. Oh, most memorable song for you and why? Oh, off of the Ring soundtrack. And it's Seasons of Love. That song, that movie, first of all, the play, everything about it, it defines me. You know, it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel proud to be who I am. It makes me feel loved. So no matter where I am or what I'm doing, every single time I hear Seasons of Love, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm here. Aaliyah, you're alive. You're adulting. Like you're making it out here. You are someone. So I can definitely say that's one of the most memorable songs for me. It makes me cherish every single moment. It makes me appreciate the hard times, the good times, the breakups.
I love Eric Clapton. Let's see, that's not even one song. Yeah, I was gonna say Didn't You Know? It's a great song. I love that song. Love is life and life is free. Like, it's the best line that ever exists, ever. But On and On, it's like amazing. A man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. Like that song will emanate, that line will emanate like it will never not be true, because like that's the first acknowledgement of like infinite growth until like you go on something. And like I remember when I first heard that song, like back, you know, from Aunt Days, but then like came back to it, like I would listen to that song like repeat. I probably has like 600 plays in my iTunes, if not more than that. Like just listen to it, and yeah, I don't know, like it kind of taps into me, and it's like you feel connected to that song. It makes sense.
I also chose an Erica Badu song, Bag Lady. I felt like that song just describes a lot, like, and oftentimes where I feel stressed, like I can't breathe, and it's like, bag lady, you're gonna hurt your back, and it's like all of these things that we carry with us, especially as women of color, and that song just speaks to everything, and then also the video, the graphics that go with it, it just speaks volumes, but definitely bag lady.
Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, because I remember like watching the Moonwalker tape.
Yes, I
Don't
love
Say Ever.
that.
So even though the band came out like basically the year I was born, to age myself. But I remember like watching that with my cousins a lot and just like really like trying to sing that song and really like emote to that song. And then watching like a live performance and then seeing that he would get so into it. And then even like recently when Michael Jackson died and then like Spike Lee had the first party there. And then Man in the Mirror was playing and it started like raining, I think, and people started like, leaving or walking away. And it kind of made it really like beautiful and emotional. And I went to the party with my father, who's passed away recently, like a year ago. So I just remember like, oh, I was like a childhood song of memories, and now it's like an adult song of memories. So I think of like him, and I think of some more recent times, you know, it's such an old like indie song. So I think it's really memorable. It's a good lyric. It's a good song.
Yeah, the most memorable song for me that I can think of would be a song by an artist called Buju Banton. It's a song named Untold Stories. Maybe that's that song. It's my parents used to play a lot of reggae roots music. I grew up half my life in Jamaica, so I was exposed to a lot of reggae. And I think it's interesting because the song is about like politicians not caring about the people, about like crooks being envious of other crooks, about the story just keeps going on, like it literally like he said on and on, because he has in the chorus he goes, it could go on and on, the full has never been told. And but after all, like the first lyrics of the song, it's like while I'm living, thanks I'll be giving. And it's like gratitude is the overall theme of the song, even though everything after that is just like life is fucked up. But I don't know, for some reason I knew like all the words to that song from when I was like 3 years old. I didn't even know what he was saying. And then later on when I came to grow and appreciate that song, it became, from what I was just to be a very powerful song. So I will always remember like all the lyrics of that song, and I can be like, I knew that song when I was 3 because my mom could attest to it.
A very poignant moment of where a song changed how I wanted to interact with the world was I was riding to school. It was probably like 15. It's in my friend's car, and I sitting in the back. It's like a gray morning. Probably like February, windows were all fogged up, and all of a sudden, They Want FX by Das FX comes on. And do you know that song? It's like bum stickity bum hum, like at the door, pum, like I'm keep fighting. And it's just like it's this like outrageous like stutter step lyrics like all over the place, and I had like. I was listening to a lot of music before then, but I remember the exact moment in the car when that came on. I was like, who the hell is this? And he was like, yo, that's Das FX. And I was like, okay, I want to do that. Like, I want to write. And, then that was sort of like the push of the boulder down the hill, just like making me want to pursue writing as a way of expression.